Okay, what are the Endurcos? I've gotten this information on page 275 from the Grandees, written by Stephen Bingham in 1971. Now this is interesting. This is a group of specialized Jews. There's not just Jews to be categorized as a whole. There's also divisions within the Jews, and this is a part of the Sepahrdic Jewish families that came out of Spain, and they brought this medicinal discipline, which is very herbal focused, and I find it very fascinating. This is the first time I've come across the information, so I'm just gonna use this as my primary source, and then I'll look for links on the internet as well. But I'm not going to plagiarize, but I'm going to try to say as much as I can out of this because it's really interesting. I don't need, yeah. So, here we go. There's a white magic. Okay, they want to consider it magic. Herbal magic. Alright. And it's focused for sick people. They actually worked with the doctors. Alright. Imagine that. It's an herbalist. They're practically herbalists. Okay, magician herbalists who work with doctors? Now that's strange. It's usually, in modern days, it's the drug pushers who work with doctors, not these herbalists. But the main, medicine that they put together was the ingredients for the most part were the spices of salt, garlic, clove, oregano, marjoram, honey, almonds, halva, and okay, and then we go into the type of people who put these mixtures together tended to be women past menopause, called tias or aunties. And I have to say, there's two ingredients in their mix that I find interesting: the oregano and marjoram. Actually making an oregano tea or a marjoram tea. I've always thought of sprinkling marjoram, I've done it. I've sprinkling marjoram in like food, like my oats or something. But to make just a tea out of it is enlightening. I never tried that before. I've kind of thought about it. I didn't think people actually would have done it, and now I know Endurcos do that as a part of healing. I never really heard about making a tea out of what's that stuff called? Parsley tea. Usually the parsley just sits there on the side of your plate, or you maybe sprinkle it on your food, but to actually make a parsley tea, that's something else. That's actually from a different discipline. I think an Asian discipline, actually. But this is focused on the Sephardic Jews, the Endurcos. Alright, so the older women, they would be summoned by a doctor, and okay, if the doctor's done all he can, and ordinary medicine doesn't seem to be reversing the illness, then they'll call in the Endurco. Okay, the Tia. Okay, the Endurco might be the discipline. Tia is the person. They'll call in the Tia. Okay, she'll shoo everybody out of the room, and then she'll focus on the patient. She'll begin by brewing a very strong tea of mint or marjoram, based upon her own personal preferences. Really, she'll probably evaluate the patient, decide if it's going to be. And I hope that the Endurco or the Tia knows that the conditions, they evaluate the conditions. If it's going to be mint or marjoram, then mint would be for heated conditions to help cool you down. Marjoram would be very much for digestive complaints, because marjoram is supposed to relax the digestion. But maybe mint does too, but marjoram's supposed to be another way of doing it. So you have to evaluate the person. Okay. Okay, a cure can take days or months. All right, before you get relieved of your demons, devils, evil spirits. So this isn't, all right, this isn't looking very good. All right, because it can take sometimes months. And wow, yeah, herbal medicine isn't exactly that powerful. And this is coming out of an old tradition dating back possibly to the 1500s. Before that, I don't know the history. It's something to look at, see what Wikipedia has to say. Okay, the Tia has some rituals, all right, and they get consulted about life and death. So there's rituals that they follow. Not only herbal, I like the herbal part, but there's certain rituals that are also followed, which I find, interesting, because I went to this museum and saw that there's these feathers used by the local Indians, the Yurok tribe, and I'm like, do they just wave feathers over the sick? There must be more to it. Maybe they do also have herbal remedies on top of that, because just waving feathers over the sick is not really effective. And I'm thinking the museum is probably not mentioning that there's more to the spirit healer. And in a way, this Endurco is there. The Tia Endurco is like a medicine woman, like the Indians, the Native Americans have. Okay, so there's a Rosh Hashanah festival. It's going to cure the sterility in childless women. All right. Now this seems a little off, but they're saying marjoram or oregano tea will cure insomnia and fright. I've had bad experiences with oregano. That makes my heart go crazy. So I don't believe that. Maybe it depends on maybe you just have a condition. You'd have to have a certain condition for marjoram to work effectively to cure your fright. Okay, you'd be eating certain things in a certain habit, living in a particular environment that's having its effect upon you. There's all kinds of things. But my experience where I was and the diet I was eating, the oregano was making my heart go crazy, like really noticeably crazy, and I stopped it. All right. Yeah, there's different techniques. Let a tea sit on the windowsill for 3 days and then drink it. You get into routines. Let's see. Yeah, there's hurling cloves into the fire, tossing salt into the wind. All right. Exhorting names. All right, these are rituals. Being strung with garlands of cloaks to ward off the evil. Carry garlic for good luck. Older women carry blue and amber beads. An almond cookie. That sounds delicious. Would for a little boy's first visits, give him an almond cookie. See, this is like feng shui in China, what they have for their discipline. This religion has developed their own rituals that they believe work, that have a long-standing tradition of working positively. Magic carpets to fly. Oh, okay, that's where I should stop. Actually, they're talking about how there was. See, this is how they're strictly with their particular their Bible, whatever it's called, and the Jews refuse to fly until a priest interpreted from the words of Isaiah, which is coming from their Bible. I will bear you on the wings of eagles. So then that gives Jews the permission to fly. Flying airplanes to go to apparently Israel or Yemen. So yeah, you just have to find how you have to interpret how the Bible is going to work for you. But regardless of that, the herbal remedies really are a tangible and reasonable method for some cures.